So this is the solution for the quiz that we conducted on Telegram channel of Simplified Learning, and the topic of the quiz was bitumen testing and properties of bitumen, subject highway engineering. Okay, so if you haven't still joined the Telegram channel of Simplified Learning, do join it and try to appear for the test. Okay, I will be posting schedule for the next week and so on. And if you haven't appeared for the quiz, do appear for the quiz first and then watch the solution, or you can do something else, watch this solution first and then try to remember as much as you can from this discussion, and then try to give a test and do comment how much you scored. Okay, the perfect score should be 20 by 20. All right, let's go to the solution first. What we will be doing here is, I will be parallelly solving the quiz in Telegram, and on other side, on the right panel of this video, we will be drawing diagram, or we will be going in details how the option is correct or how the option is being incorrect. All right, simultaneously we will do both the things. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start the quiz. Okay, get ready for the quiz. Bitumen testing and properties of bitumen, 20 MCQs, 3 minutes each. Okay, I am ready. Okay, 3 2 1 go. So the first question is, static and dynamic immersion test, chemical immersion test is performed on bitumen to test its. See, we are doing this test, that is static immersion test, dynamic immersion test, chemical immersion test are performed on the bitumen in order to test how well it adheres to the aggregate when the aggregate is coated with that bitumen and kept in water. Okay, let's say this is a container in which the aggregate is kept and the aggregate is coated with bitumen. Okay, and then this whole coated aggregates are kept in this solution. Okay, chemical immersion, let's say. So the answer is, in order to test adhesion of bitumen with aggregate in presence of water, for that we are conducting static and dynamic immersion test or chemical immersion test. Okay, so the answer is this one, adhesion with aggregate in presence of water. Okay, so we have been given with second question, bitumen is a fill in the blank and tar is a fill in the blank. Now what bitumen is and what tar is? All right, see, bitumen is a petroleum product and tar is obtained by burning wood, by burning organic matter, by the method of destructive distillation. Okay, see, all the four options are containing petroleum product, converted petroleum product, destructive distillation. Just remember, bitumen is a petroleum product and tar is a product of destructive distillation. Therefore option B, second option, should be the one. Okay, all right, we can see the confetti getting flecked on, therefore the answer was right. Okay, then penetration test of bitumen determines its. What does penetration test of bitumen determine? See, in penetration test, what we do, we take a bitumen sample and over which a needle weighing 100 gram is kept. Okay, and the needle is released over that bitumen sample for 5 seconds. Okay, and that penetration value is reported as 1/10 of mm unit. Okay, 1/10 of millimeter unit. Now in 5 seconds, if the penetration of that 100 gram needle is more, what you can say from that, that the bitumen is soft. Okay, and if the 100 gram needle is not penetrating much inside the bitumen sample, what we can say, that the bitumen is hard. Therefore hardness or softness, or let's say hardness and softness, can be determined by carrying out the penetration test of bitumen. Okay, therefore let's select the option hardness and softness. All right, that's right. Okay, so question number 4, in ductility test, what we are doing in ductility test, bitumen is, what is done, heated, made a small brick and sealed on a floating device, none of the above. Okay, see, what we do in ductility test is, we take a bitumen and we convert it into a 10 by 10 mm brick. Okay, now this brick is stretched by a device. Okay, it is kept in an apparatus in which this 10 by 10 mm briquette or brick of bitumen is kept, and it is stretched from its both end at the rate of 50 mm per minute. Okay, imagine if you are having a chewing gum, how you will determine whether it is ductile or not? You will keep it in your both hand and you will try to strike it. In the same way, a standard apparatus is there in which 10 by 10 mm brick of bitumen is kept in that device, and a rate of pull from both ends at the rate of 50 mm per minute is applied on that briquette or brick, and the whole pulling operation is carried out under water, which is maintained at a temperature. Okay, we will carry out the stretching process till the thread breaks. Okay, and this elongated thread is reported in centimeter. Okay, this ductility test, the ductility of the bitumen is reported in centimeter. Okay, so what we are doing in ductility test, we are making a small brick and we are tensing it, we are stretching it from two ends. Okay, the simplest logic is provided in the option, okay, which is made as a small brick and tensed from two ends. Okay, so that is the correct answer. Now question number 5, viscosity of bitumen shows its. What does viscosity value of bitumen shows? Its fluidity, its consistency, its resistance to flow, all of the above. See here, we are saying viscosity and option provided is fluidity. See, when we are saying fluidity, it is nothing but reciprocal of viscosity. More the fluidity, therefore less is the viscosity. More is the viscosity, less is the fluidity. Okay, therefore viscosity is indication of fluidity. More the value of viscosity will be there for that bitumen sample, then more will be the fluidity of that sample will be there. Okay, then consistency. Consistency is also demonstrated by viscosity of the bitumen. Then obviously viscosity of bitumen shows its resistance to flow. More viscosity, more resistance. Less viscosity, less resistance. Means more or less all these options are trying to tell the same story. They are trying to tell the same thing regarding bitumen. That's why the option, the right option, the most correct option here should be all of the above. Okay, so let's go to question number 6 with this. Viscosity of a bitumen is determined as the time taken, fill in the blank, for a fill in the blank ml sample to flow through orifice of a container. Okay, see what we exactly do in viscosity test. What we do, we take a container like this, it has a small hole, the orifice is there. Okay, we take a specific amount of molten bitumen and we allow it to fall through this orifice. Orifice means small hole is there, circular hole is there. Okay, more the time taken by the bitumen to flow through that orifice, therefore more is the viscosity. Okay, less time taken. For example, let's say one of the bitumen sample is pouring itself down through the orifice in, let's say, 10 seconds. Okay, therefore, and another sample is there and it is flowing through that orifice in 20 seconds. Therefore, the 20-second time taken by the bitumen sample, that bitumen will be more viscous, and the time taken by first sample, that it took 10 seconds only, it will be less viscous. Okay, it will be less viscous. Okay, therefore we have to provide what is the timing, okay, and how much ml of sample we take. See, the flow, the time required for flow is reported in second, and the volume of bitumen which is poured inside the container having orifice is 50 ml. Okay, second and 50. What we are doing, we are taking a container, we are filling up 50 ml of bitumen, the container has a hole, and we will note down time in second for the 50 ml sample to pour itself down through that orifice. Okay, therefore let's go to next question, which is in float test, fill in the blank required for water in bath to force its way through the bitumen plug is noted. Okay, what we are noting down regarding the bitumen sample in float test. See, same as in case of viscosity test. Here we will be noting down the time which is required for the water, for entry of water to enter the aluminum float which is fitted with bitumen collar at bottom. Okay, in float test what we do, in a water bath we keep this apparatus. See, this kind of apparatus is there and a brass collar is there. Okay, that brass collar is plugged with bitumen sample. Okay, this is the aluminum float. Okay, and water is there. Now what will happen if the bitumen breaks easily, then water will force its entry through this collar. Okay, if the bitumen is strong, it is adhering with the brass collar perfectly, then more time will be taken by the water to force its entry through that hole, through that collar, through that brass collar, in order to enter this aluminum float. Okay, what we are noting down? We are noting down time. Okay, the answer is time. Then, increased amount of mineral impurities and aromatic compound cause fill in the blank in specific gravity. Okay, what increases the specific gravity of bitumen? See, whenever we are increasing foreign material, okay, see, if pure some solvent is there, let's say bitumen is the solvent, if purely bitumen is there, it will be soft. Okay, it will be having a perfect specific gravity value, but as you start adding some foreign material to that, as you start to add impurities to that, as you start adding minerals to that, aromatic compound to that, it will be causing changes in viscosity, fluidity values, and it will be causing increase in specific gravity. Okay, whatever foreign material you insert in bitumen, it is going to cause increase in specific gravity of bitumen. Okay, let's select the option increase. Okay, both the things, mineral impurities are there or aromatic compounds are there, they both are going to increase the specific gravity of bitumen. Then ring and ball test of bitumen is performed to test its. Why we are conducting the ring and ball test? See, we are going to determine the softening point of bitumen by conducting this ring and ball test. See, in this test, steel ball is placed on bitumen in a water bath, and the bath is heated at the rate of 5 degrees Celsius per minute. The temperature at which the ball touches the bottom of apparatus is noted as softening point for that bitumen sample. Okay, generally for paving jobs, we are having this softening point value ranging in between 35 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is the ring and ball test of bitumen. What we are testing? We are testing the softening point. Okay, now to determine the specific gravity of bitumen, what we are doing? Can we use pycnometer? Yes. Can we weigh it in air and compare the values? Yes. Can we do the same with respect to water? Yes. Means we can go for any of the method mentioned in the options. Therefore, any of the above is the correct answer for this case. Flash point test and fire point test is conducted in. See, flash point test and fire point test. See, these two tests are tested for the fire susceptibility of bitumen sample. Okay, both these tests are conducted in Penske Martin cup apparatus. Okay, not Marshall, not Roentgen, Penske Martin cup apparatus. Okay, then lowest temperature at which vapors of material catch fire momentarily is its. See, what is the specified word here? Lowest temperature at which vapor of material, not the whole material, vapor of the material catch fire momentarily for an instant. It is the flash point. Okay, now what is fire point then? It is the point at which the material itself gets ignited and starts burning on its own. It is called as the fire point. What we are dealing with here is vapor getting ignited for some instant, for some second, millisecond, let's say. It is what? Flash point. All right. Then pure bitumen is completely soluble in, see, in carbon tetrachloride and in carbon disulfide. Pure bitumen is completely soluble. Okay, here we can see carbon disulfide. Yes. Is it ethylene or methane? No. Okay, now question is, spot test of bitumen is conducted to detect. Why we are carrying out the spot test? We are carrying out spot test in order to detect overheated bitumen. Okay, overheated bitumen. All right. See, overheated bitumen results into hardening values, less penetration value, yes. See, when we are overheating a bitumen sample, then the volatiles that are keeping the bitumen soft are lost. Okay, heating the bitumen results into loss of volatile material. Loss of volatile material reduces its softness. Therefore, what will happen? It is going to get hardened. Okay, now second option. See, less penetration value. Exactly. When a bitumen is getting hardened, what will happen? When you will be trying to put that 100-gram needle onto this overheated bitumen, on this hard bitumen, what you are going to get? You are going to get less penetration. Therefore, less penetration values will be obtained after putting that 100-gram needle over to that hardened or overheated bitumen. Okay, that's why hardening is also right, and second option is the result of this overheated bitumen. Okay, therefore both of the above should make the correct answer. Alright, then bitumen is said to be cracked when a 2-gram sample of bitumen is dissolved in 100 ml carbon tetrachloride CCl4 and black carbonaceous material residue is over. The answer is 0.5%. Okay, we are saying that bitumen is cracked when a 2-gram sample of bitumen is dissolved in 100 ml CCl4 and black carbonaceous material residue is over 0.5%, because we just said that bitumen is totally completely soluble in carbon disulfide and carbon tetrachloride. Okay, so question number 17 is here. For pavement construction, flash point of bitumen should be, okay, standard question, it is standard value is the answer, 175 degrees Celsius. For pavement construction, flash point of bitumen should be 175 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's try to tick it. Okay, done. Then question number 18, maximum water content of bitumen should be, fill in the blank, by weight. By weight, how much water content is allowed in bitumen? 0.2% by weight of water content is allowed in bitumen. Okay, 0.2%, remember the value. Alright, then specific gravity of pure bitumen ranges from, fill in the blank, while tar has a specific gravity of, okay, both the things, bitumen and tar. Okay, remember this thing, tar has more specific gravity than bitumen. Okay, therefore option second is eliminated, option C is eliminated, and option D is also, let's say, eliminated. Yes, remember bitumen has range of specific gravity 0.97 to 1.02, and for tar the value is 1.10 to 1.25. Okay, last question. The float test apparatus is made of and fitted with. I think we discussed this question. Float test. Yes, here you can see. Okay, see this specific portion. This is made up of aluminum. The whole ship, the whole float is made up of aluminum, and the collar. Okay, again let's try to draw the diagram. See, this is made up of aluminum, and this collar it's made up of brass. Okay, and over this collar, over this orifice, we are going to fix our bitumen sample. Okay, the float apparatus is made up of aluminum and it is fitted with brass collar. All right. Okay, 20 questions, 20 answers. All right, so in the next test, okay, the next test is scheduled on Thursday. Okay, it is tomorrow, I think. Okay, tomorrow you will be seeing a quiz based on the subject design of steel structure. Okay, there will be 40 questions from all the topics of design of steel structures. Okay, so do appear for the test, and we will be discussing solution for the same test on Friday. Okay, one day later we will be discussing the solution. Okay, so if you haven't appeared for this quiz, go to Telegram, do try to attempt the quiz and see how much you remembered from this video. Okay, and do comment if you got 20 by 20. Okay, you have to get 20 by 20 now because you just saw the solution. Okay, till then, take care. Bye bye.